Welcome to the Cicero regular town board meeting Wednesday, April 26th, 2023, 6:30 PM. If you would, please silence your cell phones and note there's two exits in the back of the room, one to my right. And now we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing to remember those who are serving in harm's way. Thank you. If there's anyone here who wishes to speak on behalf of the agenda items prior to the start of the meeting, please raise your hand. If not, we'll move on to the number 3, Counselor White.
Approval of abstracts. Move for the adoption of a resolution approving abstracts number 16 of 2023 dated 4/19/2023 and number 17 dated 4/26/2023.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Wish to vote no or abstain, passed.
Approval of budget modifications and transfers. Move for the adoption of a resolution approving the budget modifications and transfers as presented.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Wish to vote no or abstain, passed. Number 5, Hart and Lyman withdrew their zone change application associated with a parcel of land located at 6800 South Bay Road. And at this time, I'll have Counselor Carp.
Thank you. The board received a letter from Clow Harbor Associates, CHA. I'm just going to read it into the record, then I'll give a copy to Ms. Cosselman to be entered in the official record. Dear board members, CHA, on behalf of the applicant, is respectfully withdrawing the zone change application associated with the parcel of land located at 6800 South Bay Road. Based on continued due diligence relating to the subject property, the applicant has been provided with a wetland delineation survey for the parcel, which would potentially limit the developable area associated with future uses for the site. Out of sensitivity for the Oneida Lake watershed area and our commitment to its sustainability, it is part of our mission to achieve or exceed the regulatory policies that protect its unique ecosystem. As such, the application is requested to be withdrawn at this time without prejudice. If you have any questions related, et cetera, it has this contact information. Very truly yours, Brian F. Bouchard, PE, Senior Engineer.
Thank you. Number 6.
Parks and Recreation Department approval of donated park bench. Move to adoption resolution. The town board accepts the donation and installation of a memorial bench at Williams Park.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Wish to vote no or abstain, passed.
Move the adoption resolution that the town board approves the following. Whereas it is a requirement of the NYSDEC SPDES general permit for stormwater discharges from municipal separate storm sewer systems, otherwise known as MS4s, that local public officials and members of the public are informed about the MS4 program activities and progress made. Now therefore be it resolved that a copy of the draft stormwater management program annual report is available on the town's website for review and comment. I don't think that requires a second or vote, does it?
No, I think Kate's just going to do a presentation on this.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. And if Tracy, if you could put that up real quick. So this is just an annual requirement. We have an annual requirement to turn in this report and to present the report. So we're an MS4, the town of Cicero, we have a municipal separate storm sewer system. There are 6 minimum measure controls, things that we are measured on. The first one, you can go to the next slide, is public education and outreach. And basically, we're a member of the CNY Stormwater Coalition, who does a lot of that for us. But it's really to get to the point we want to protect our watershed. And so we are so close to Oneida Lake. Some of our people's stormwater runoff goes directly into the lake or into Volmer Creek into the lake or into Mud Creek, which goes into the Oneida River. So basically, wherever we are in Cicero, we're living in we recreate in the watershed and we want to take care of it. On behalf of the highway department, I was going to report one thing. Our highway department is picking up brush now, and unfortunately they have found some people put their dog waste in the brush. So that's a no-no. Other than it's not pleasant for the gentleman working there, it's also the proper way to get rid of dog waste is to put it in bags and put it in your garbage. That's what they're saying, because if you have it in your lawn and it runs off into the catch basins, into the streams, it goes into our water bodies and we get E. coli, that kind of stuff. So for people to be cognizant of that.
Was it happening a lot? Enough to take notice? Okay. We should definitely do an announcement on our website, social media about that. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
So the next thing we're measured on is public involvement and participation. So last year we got to have an Earth Day event. Thanks, Tracy, April 23rd, 2022. And we've since had another one that even had more people attending. This presentation is part of that public involvement and participation. And we can jump 2 more slides if you don't mind. I can't. And so minimum measure 3 is illicit discharge detection and elimination. So this is a system that where we have outfalls that go into the water bodies. There's 163 outfalls are mapped, but we're quite sure we have a lot more outfalls. We have a ton of things that just go into Oneida Lake. And part of WEP's program is they send out a team to look at discharges to see if anything, like if someone saw oil coming out or soap coming out, that would be an illicit discharge. 0 were screened this season. Their goal is 20% a year, but sometimes we had a lot last year. So this year we didn't get any. Minimum control measure 4 is construction site stormwater runoff control. So anytime a project goes before the planning board and it's greater than 1 acre, they have to prepare a SWIP. The SWIP is reviewed and approved, and all this is managed through the zoning and planning department. This past reporting period, we had 4 SWIPs reviewed. There's 13 construction projects were active in the last reporting period, and 2 notices of violations were issued from our codes department. Then we get to minimum control measure 5, post-construction stormwater management. This is by far the biggest challenge we have in Cicero. So public facilities that we manage, we have 55 facilities, and I'm not even counting the open channels. So as we clean open channels, we're starting to inventory them. So it's very difficult to go in and clean out a stormwater pond, but everything's about that age now that things are starting to where when they were built 20 years ago, they need cleanup. So between the highway department and LaFleur constructors, we're trying to tackle those things ahead of time. There's also 75 private stormwater facilities that the property owners are responsible to maintain, but we still have somewhat responsibility to make sure they do that. Last one is minimum control measure 6, stormwater management for municipal operations. That's basically how we run our departments, our highway garage parks department, and what they do in the town. They sweep streets, parking lots, clean catch basins. They make sure they use fertilizer that does not have phosphorus or nitrogen. This past reporting period, we did not get any stormwater training in, but we already have gotten it in for the next reporting period. And that is it, if anyone has any questions.
Can you go back to 5? For the private stormwater facilities, what do we do to notify, I guess, what do we do to make sure that
That they do that?
property owners are actually?
Well, in
following?
the last probably 4 or 5 years, a stormwater management agreement, though it's been in place, it's been enforced, right? And Steve can correct me if I'm wrong. So people signed an agreement that says, hey, we're going to do this, and we've started. Should I even go there with bringing up the fee? Okay, we won't
All right.
bring up that. So they technically, when they sign it, every 5 years, they're supposed to get it inspected by an engineer and stuff. So we typically, have we had anyone voluntarily send us an inspection report? I haven't gotten any. Yeah, we haven't gotten any where they just do it on their own. We typically run into the problem, we get a complaint and then we call them and then they take action. And that's usually how it works, is we react right now. I mean, it's a very difficult thing to try to manage. And a lot of people aren't the original builders of the place. They bought the place, they have this thing. So anyways, that's
I
how.
appreciate it. You
Mhm.
both do an awesome job when it comes to this. So
Thank you, Kate.
Mhm.
Number 8.
Approve blacktop purchase for road paving. Move for the adoption of a resolution that the town board approves 11,500 tons from Barrett Paving Materials, state contract number PC 69966 in the amount of $755,000, budget code DB 511255.
second,
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Approve rental paver equipment with operators and tech truck. Move for the adoption of a resolution that the town board approves Seneca Stone County Contract number 54584 in the amount of $170,000. Budget code DB 511255.
second,
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Approve profiling company to grind and mill gutters. Move for the adoption of a resolution that the town board approves J&L Profiling County Contract number 4161 in the amount of $25,000. Budget code DB 511255.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Approve runner crush purchase, approve, on there twice. Approve runner crush purchase. Move for the adoption of a resolution that the town board approves TH Kinsella Inc. in the amount of $20,000. Budget code DB 511042.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Approve 1-month rental of garbage truck for brush pickup. Move for the adoption of a resolution that the town board approves Brand Trunking Inc. in the amount of $16,800. Budget code SR 81604.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Approve Peterson TL3 grapple loader, new vendor. Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve Syncon Equipment Inc. in the amount of $228,604.87. Budget code SR 81604.
Second,
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
move to adopt a resolution that the town board approves and authorizes the supervisor to execute the fireworks permit from the Fireworks Display Company, American Fireworks Display LLC, to be held at Lakeshore Yacht and Country Club, 6777 Lakeshore Road, Cicero, New York, on July 1st, 2023 at dark, and to accept the $100 permit fee pursuant to Town Code Chapter Section 109-1G. All required signatures have been obtained.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Vote no or abstain, passed.
Move the adoption resolution that the town board approves and authorizes the supervisors to execute the fireworks permit from the Fireworks Display Company, American Fireworks Display LLC, to be held at the Spinning Wheel, 7384 Thompson Road, North Syracuse, New York, on June 10th, 2023 at dark, and to accept the $100 permit fee sponsored by Cicero Plank Road Chamber of Commerce. All required signatures have been obtained.
Second.
Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Wish to vote no or abstain, pass. Discussion, just to, go ahead.
I was just going to ask Chris, when do we expect the full force of our road work to begin? Oh, perfect. Great. All right, so getting right out there. All right, thank you.
While we're on that, I know you had some new roads added. Yeah.
Okay, we added Bradford Road, Roger Drive, Patch Drive, Lisa Lane, Osborne Drive, and Riley Road. So it's just- maybe just about a mile long.
Was Sitka on that list? Yeah. Thank you, Chris.
Okay. Tracy, we'll talk about the Earth Day last
Yes, thank you.
weekend.
All right. I would just like to take a moment to thank everyone who participated in our annual Earth Day community event. We had an amazing turnout on Friday. The weather was amazing. And I do have some pictures here that I'll just scroll through. And I just we had a great turnout. It was nice. And I wanted to thank our police VIPs for keeping us all safe on the roads. Our highway department, Okra is who we participated with to do all of this, Parks and Recs crew, the canteens and their members and staff, members of the town board, town employees, and of course, all the residents and all the groups that participated to clean up Cicero. I did get a count in the highway department, and they said that just for Earth Day, they picked up 0.94 tons or 1,880 pounds of trash and over 100 tires that they cleaned off the streets of the town of Cicero, which is amazing. And I didn't get the count from Okra. I did give them a call today, and I'm sure they will be getting that report soon. But there is, it was great participation, and it was well attended. And I just wanted to make sure that we extended it and thanked everyone.
Tracy, thank you for the work you do on this every year.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
always a great.
Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I have two off-agenda resolutions on some things that were kind of late breaking. We did not have an adequate time to put them on before, but since we're setting public hearings, we want to get them in today. Whereas, as a result of impending construction of the Micron Semiconductor Fabrication Plant in Clay, the town of Cicero has received applications for zone changes and site plans, as well as expressions of interest and development from numerous firms and individuals. And whereas the town currently is undergoing the process of preparing a comprehensive plan with the Citizens Committee and a professional consultant. And whereas the town has a significant amount of land currently zoned agricultural and has an interest in ensuring the preservation and or the best and highest use of such land as appropriate. And whereas the town finds it appropriate to halt development of certain uses of agricultural land until such time as it considers new rules and regulations regarding the preservation and development thereof. Now therefore be it resolved, the town board of Cicero hereby sets a public hearing for May 10th, 2023, commencing at 6:30 p.m. to consider the proposed town of Cicero local law number 7 of the year 2023, enacting a temporary moratorium on the consideration, approval, and development of recreational vehicle parks within the town of Cicero for a period of 1 year from the effective date of the local law or sooner if new legislation is enacted, either canceling said moratorium or amending the policy and code of the town of Cicero with regard to recreational vehicle parks. The purpose of this local law is to stay any and all actions, including but not limited to pending applications regarding recreational vehicle parks until the presentation and passage of amended town policy and code provisions addressing the same.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
To vote no or abstain, passed.
Move the adoption resolution setting a public hearing for May 10th, 2023 at 6:30 p.m. to consider changes to chapter 210 of the Cicero Town Code regarding rules and regulations for agricultural zones, including but not limited to the requirement of a special use permit for certain agricultural uses.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
To vote no or abstain, passed. Anything else? No, we'll open up the floor for public input. Would anybody like to speak tonight? Oh, hold up, sir. We got one up here already. Thank you. Oh, you want to come? Come on up to the podium, please. You gotta state your name and your address.
Yeah.
Try to push the button. Nope, oh, that
There you
works.
go.
That works too.
You can use it.
Yeah.
Whatever, guys. Hey,
We just want people at home to be able to hear you.
professional. Yeah. Okay, question is South Bay Road where Hafner has logged out all that land. There's a pond there. Is there gonna be like redoing of the culverts?
This is the town of Cicero.
Yeah, South Bay Road.
That is not the town of Cicero. Are you talking about, you said Hafner's?
Yeah, I thought South Bay Road, right next to where Hart had his thing, right before. the
Okay,
cut.
I got you. I apologize. Go ahead.
Worries. It's a small pond there, and I was wondering, are they gonna redo the culverts or? I just didn't want it to get to like the Rattlesnake Gulch, overflow issue. Whenever it rains, have you seen that pond since
I-
they logged it out?
Don't know what one he's
Talking that
referring to.
property as you're going down towards the lake on the right-hand side,
Yeah,
that's all
right
cleared
bef-
out now.
Right before the high tension wires.
To Solons?
Zones.
Oh, I thought it was Hafner. My,
Okay,
got the wrong information, but.
yeah, I know nothing about it.
It's right next to Hummer.
Yeah.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
now.
I know she was saying something about the drainage system, and I didn't know if there's. some
Isn't
kind
that
of
a
plan
built
for
pond?
So, there's probably a wetland pond maybe
Okay.
towards, I guess, would be the east, but that property's going to be farmed, is my understanding. He's just cleared it
Great.
for
Good
crops.
to hear, because there's a
Yeah.
lot of water there. I didn't
Yeah.
know what the plan was. I appreciate it. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Turn it off, leave it on.
No,
Leave it
leave it
Leave
on.
it on.
Thank you. Come on up.
Yeah. Push the button.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I have to give my name and address. Judy Boyke, 6303 Muskrat Bay Road. Who was, when you, Kate, when you spoke of they and sending reports for that article, or number 5, who's they?
For
Who-
number
who's
5,
responsible for,
the property owners, individual property owners.
is that an HOA?
No.
Private stormwater, like commercial developments, the private stormwater facilities, they're not easements, they're not, they don't belong to the town. So they're responsible for maintaining their own stormwater facilities.
But it's homeowners too?
No, this
Oh,
would be
all
for
right,
private
all right.
commercial developments.
Okay,
Yep.
that was, thank you. What, John, what is the recreational vehicle parks? What is that you were talking about? What does that mean?
Parks, I mean, without repeating the name, recreational vehicle parks. There's RV parks where people can bring in RVs. They have facilities for hooking up for the sewer, for water, for electric. And basically they park there and leave there and camp there kind of.
Like a campground?
Campsite, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of different things to call it. That's just what I was calling it, but yeah.
Oh, well.
And it isn't allowed use under ag zones, as I'm sure you're aware.
Right, yeah, but I was confused with recreational vehicle.
Trying to figure out the best thing to
Camper.
call it.
I think
Campgrounds, camper.
campsite would probably be.
Okay, thank you. That clarifies that. I would just like to add one more comment in regards to the brush pickup. Because I was so involved back when I was in office, I was very well aware of the dog waste, the cement blocks, the cut up rugs, the construction material, the tires, and any other waste that people decided that they could put in a bag and we're going to take it. I was aware of that because I was working closely with Ian. And I'm sure it was no surprise to you. But anyway, brush pickup is hard, disgusting, and people are, not all people, but some people don't read the rules, even if you put it on the website. They throw it out to the road, not butt end first, not 6 feet long, everything. It's just, leave it. When you leave it, they call and complain because you didn't pick it up. So I don't know what to tell you, but it's an ugly job. And I don't blame these guys at all. Thank you.
And I can comment on that the highway has been out there and doing a fantastic job picking our brush up. And I want to thank them for that. And I have gotten no complaints other than all thank yous and kudos to the guys out there.
I've heard nothing but compliments also. In terms of those particular issues, I have some ideas for addressing them, and I'll be discussing with the highway superintendent and the town attorney.
Judy, I agree. I just feel it's our duty to make sure that we constantly communicate what the rules are. So.
Anyone else like to come up and speak tonight? No? That being said, make a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.